Thank
you.
you very much. I'm really happy to be here, and thank you for inviting me to be the speaker and giving me this very important role to be the first speaker in this morning. It is very good, Peter, that you start with the new trends, global new trends coming from the USA, but also going in Europe, which is really critical moment, and some of the really serious concern are coming for the women's rights and the rights of vulnerable people in general. So that's why meetings like this, talking about the role of women, the role of media, for shaping the attitudes about the democracy, society, civil society also is crucial and very important. And because I have only 10 minutes, I would love to start with why it is so important to present women in mass media. Because it is crucial for equality, for social justice, for democratic participation. The way women are portrayed in the media influences public perceptions, reinforces or challenges the stereotypes, and shapes the policies. And that's why we have to talk about the representations of all of us and fair representation of women in mass media. So let me remind some key reasons why presenting women in mass media is really important. First of all, ensuring equality between women and men and representation. In this world where almost 50 or even a little bit more than 50% of the population globally are women, it is just not fair to have only 24-25% of news stories which are presented by women or talking about women. So as I said, it is also important that by having women in mass media, we are challenging the gender stereotypes. So media portrays women in traditional, passive, or victimized roles, and this reinforces the gender norms and the gender stereotypes. When we are portraying women as leaders, as experts, as change makers, it challenges stereotypes and encourages broader societal changes. So it is crucial, really, to see women view, women expertise, women problems on the mass media and to talk about it. That's why this is the way to influence policy and public perception. And also, it is very important because this is the way to encourage the role model for the next generation. By seeing women on a leadership position, on leadership roles in the media, in politics, in science, in technology, this obviously inspires the new generation and the young girls to pursue careers in these fields, which is giving well-being for the whole society by having women and girls on a different economic area. So, as you said, the origin of Global Media Monitoring Project was initiated as a response to the Beijing Platform for Action, adopted at the Fourth World Conference on Women in 1995. And this Beijing platform identified women and the media as one of its 12 critical areas of concerns, emphasizing the need to increase women's participation in media decision-making, and also to promote balanced and non-stereotypical portrayals of women in media. As a part of the efforts to monitor progress towards these goals, The GMMP, this Global Media Monitoring Project, was launched in 1995 by the World Association for Christian Communication, and it became actually the largest and longest running global study on gender in the news media, conducted every 5 years to assess how women and men are represented in news coverage. So how the GMMP works and what are the key findings? I'll just mark because I'm sure some other representative today will provide more information about this. So actually the GMMP as a global media monitoring initiative where volunteers analyze a sample of news content from the newspaper, radio, television, internet news, and Twitter. So this was in 2020, the last one. The study examines gender representation in news subject, who is quoted, whose perspective are included, news sources, who speaks as experts, authorities or commentators, and news coverage, topics where women are visible, types of stories. And what are the key findings from the last analysis and report is women remain underrepresented. Across the years, women have consistently made up only 24-26% of the people featured in the news. Gender stereotypes persist. Women are more likely to be portrayed in a traditional roles, like a family, taking about children, taking care about children, or as a victims also, rather than as experts or leaders. There is a slow progress in gender equality. The proportion of women in the news increased by only 7 percentage points in 25 years. And online media mirrors traditional media biases. Digital platforms did not significantly improve women's visibility in news coverage. And here I want to say something very important, that we have to start to talk and work also on online violence against women, which is one of the really critical issues now, and also to continue to start to work hardly with all these tech companies to take measures for preventing and eradicating this online violence against women. I have been asked to present some good models. Not easy to find the good models, to be very honest, but I found some. And one of them is this Sweden's gender equality certification in newsrooms. So Swedish public broadcasters such as Swedish television and Swedish radio have implemented gender equality certification programs for newsrooms. These initiatives require gender balance in media content, promote equal representation of male and female expertise, and conduct regular self-assessments to track progress. So I think this is really good example how we can really work on achieving gender balance and gender representation, equal, fair gender representation in mass media.